Hello, Ophiuchus, Mystic Unicorn coming through with a love reading just for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So keep in mind, Ophiuchus, that this is a general reading, okay? So that means that this particular message may not resonate for you. That's okay. Don't worry. If it doesn't, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and adjust your notifications to your liking. That way, when the next message comes out, you will be notified and maybe that one will resonate for you. Also, if you'd like to, I highly recommend that everybody like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Also, this reading could be speaking to a cross-watcher. We could be speaking to a cross-watcher in this reading, okay? So that means that the roles could be reversed. Like we could be speaking to someone that's watching for someone who has an Ophiuchus placement, all right? So take that as it resonates, place it in your life as it fits. Last thing I want to say, I want to remind you guys of, is the fact that this is a timeless reading. This has no time limit. It has no date on it. So this could literally resonate for you at any time, okay, Ophiuchus? Now, another thing that I want to mention, I do recognize that Ophiuchus is a fairly new sign to our collective consciousness, okay? For those of you that are unaware or are unfamiliar, Ophiuchus is considered the 13th sign, wedged in between Sagittarius and Scorpio, all right? So if that resonates with you, welcome, you've landed in the right place. If it doesn't resonate for you, that's okay. But if you're interested in hearing the message, just continue to watch, yes? Okay, Ophiuchus, in this reading, we are going to do my side-by-side spread. If you would like to read a little bit about how the reading is supposed to move forward, then just pause the video right here and check the description box below. I did write a little blurb in explaining how the reading works. All right, so we are going to get started here, Ophiuchus. I am going to start with the Romance Angels deck. And I want to start this reading and this message with 3 cards as an overall energy for you in terms of love at this time. So let's give this 3 shuffles for you, Ophiuchus. This is 1. This is 2. And this is 3. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get your overall energy. What is the overall energy for Ophiuchus for this message in terms of love? What is the overall energy for Ophiuchus in terms of love? One more card, please. One more card, please, Spirit. For Ophiuchus, for the overall energy in terms of love. There it is right there. Okay. All right. At the bottom of the deck, Ophiuchus, we're starting you off with chemistry. Okay. And then with the other 3 cards that have come out here, I can kind of gather that some of you may have a new love in your life of some sort. You have released your ex, you have children, and you have new love. Okay, so there are a number of things that I'm picking up on here for you, Ophiuchus, that this reading could be speaking to. First of all, we do have children here. So you could be wanting to have children, or maybe you already do have children, okay? There could also be a situation for children or in the realm of children that represents your childhood, maybe some things that you learned in your life, okay, as a child. But the strongest things that I'm getting here for you, at least in terms of this message, Ophiuchus, is that there is some sort of desire to have children that is involved in this situation. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is that you have new love here. For some of you, the new love could literally be giving birth to a child, okay? That could absolutely be a new love coming into your life. For others of you, you may actually be connecting with somebody new, okay? So you may be connecting with a new partner, a new potential partner, that actually may really be on the right vibe with you when it comes to children. And if that is the case for you, obviously what you're needing to do is you're needing to release your ex, because you do have, it's obvious because you have released your ex right there. What's not so obvious about it, Ophiuchus, is this subtle energy that I'm feeling of a potential ex-mate or ex-partner that maybe wasn't in alignment with you when it comes to having children, or when it comes to the desire to have children, or it could have just been when it comes to how to raise children. Okay, maybe you were on the same page about wanting to have children or raise children, but were not in agreement in terms of how you wanted to go about it. Okay, the method by which you raise your children. What I'm getting here for you, Ophiuchus, the strongest thing that I'm getting here for you is that either you have new love coming through, as in the form of a child being born, being actually birthed into life, or there is a desire to have children, and there is a new individual that you are aligning with. And in order to really allow this alignment to come through, in order to really allow this relationship to happen, not only to happen, but to flourish, you have got to release energies from a previous relationship. Even if, okay, so now what I'm getting into, Ophiuchus, could be that typical baby mama, baby daddy drama where you do actually have children with someone that you are no longer with, so i.e. your ex, your baby mama, or your baby daddy. But you have a new relationship coming through. And it could very well be that this ex of yours is using the children, like is literally putting your child or your children in the middle of the situation and using them as collateral, or maybe even using them as a reason why, or as an excuse to butt in and get involved with this new relationship, maybe block this new relationship somehow, create trouble, create drama. And this very well could be, Ophiuchus, because this person is jealous. Okay, that's the overwhelming energy that I'm getting from that. If that resonates for you, if that part of the message resonates for you, this person is jealous, doesn't like to see you moving on, doesn't like to see you with another person, and it actually could be saying to you that whomever it is this new love is coming into your life they could be trying to spin it or trying to create some sort of story that says that your new partner is abusive, is dangerous to the children, this, that, and the third. I mean, I'm not here to confirm that. I'm also not necessarily here to debunk that, okay? I will tell you that I do feel like there's some sort of deception, there's some sort of bitterness, there's some sort of anger, there's some sort of resentment that would be driving that, okay? But I don't know. Maybe we'll get into a further definition later on in the reading, but like already I'm kind of like, I don't know if I would even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like that just feels all kinds of sticky and suspect. I don't even want to get into it. But naturally, if the message comes through, then I will share it and we'll talk about it, okay? But that seems to be the overall energy going on for you in this situation, Ophiuchus. And then remember, at the bottom of the deck, you do have chemistry. So that's really driving this feeling home about someone picking up on the fact that you have a new relationship, and maybe even it could be that they recognize the chemistry, the real strong chemistry that you have with this person, and they may be out here talking about chicken neck and talking about why didn't you have this chemistry with me, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. And see, this is kind of the reason why I don't even want to touch that energy, because it's like, well, just because we may have had a relationship and that relationship ended up in children, that doesn't mean that I'm required to have chemistry with you. Like that, even that argument just feels absurd to me. Being mad or being resentful towards someone because they didn't feel the chemistry or you didn't feel the chemistry they did. That just seems like a manipulation tactic, and I just don't even want to go there. So, okay, all right, fine. Let's move forward. So the next thing but honestly, Ophiuchus, I feel like there is a new love coming in, and you have got to work on releasing your ex. Whether this new love is a new relationship or this new love is actually having a child, or maybe even another child with a different person. Who knows? Whatever. I'm not here to judge that. Okay. But what I am picking up on for sure right now is that there needs to be an effort expended towards releasing your ex. I also heard, and so thus I want to say releasing some sort of karmic energies. All right. Let's move on to the next phase of this reading, which goes down the center. Oh, the center's right there. And looking at what the energies are between you and this other person, you and this new love, or you and just love in general. Yeah. So what are the energies down the center for Ophiuchus, please, Spirit, in this reading, in this circumstance, in this situation? What are the energies down the center for Ophiuchus? 3 cards, please, Spirit. What are the energies down the center for Ophiuchus? We have 1 here, forgiving and learning. Number 2, codependency. That sure makes a lot of sense. Last card, please, Spirit, for Ophiuchus down the center here. Ooh, look at that. Express your love. But you see how express your love came out in reverse? I'm going to place it on the table upright, but I'm going to definitely take into account the fact that express your love came out in reverse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I screwed up the shot again. Okay. Ooh, 11-11 on the counter. Excellent. At the bottom of the deck, you do have very soon. I just want to put that out there as like a little bit of a positive nudge, okay? What I'm getting with very soon here, Ophiuchus, could be the fact that you could be finding a resolution very soon. This individual, this new love could be coming in very soon, something like that. I just want to put that out as a little bit of encouragement to get you feeling optimistic. Yes? Now, what's down the center right now, Ophiuchus, is forgiving and learning, codependency, and express your love. Now, remember, express your love did come out in reverse, Ophiuchus, and I want to talk about that because I do feel like that's pretty poignant. There is a necessity for someone here in this situationship that needs to not express their love towards their ex. And I would never, I'm not standing here, Ophiuchus, and saying that you need to express your resentment or you need to express negativity or malice or try and and be nasty or whatnot, whatever. No. What I'm saying is do not give this person anything that they can grab onto, that they can take and run away with. Okay? What I'm getting is that there needs to be a hard pass with this X energy. There needs to be a strong line drawn in the sand saying, do not cross this line. I'm also not advocating for violence in any way, but I will say that whomever it is that is causing trouble in this situationship, there needs to be a hard line drawn, and you cannot, I repeat, you cannot give them anything, any sort of leeway, any sort of slack to grab onto and run with. This is very much the situation in which you hear or the phrase, give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Well, in this situation, what I'm feeling like, and maybe this is just me being dramatic, the strong Leo energy that I am, but I'm hearing like you give them an inch and they take several hundred miles. Okay? Like they really go hard with it. And you know what? That's fine. But you see, the thing about it is, and what makes this okay, and what it makes it fine, and what makes it a situation in which you really don't even want to just argue or engage with it at all, is the fact that anyone that acts in that way, Ophiuchus, is strongly codependent. Codependency. Okay? They are strongly codependent. And the more that you give to this, the more that you interact with this, the more you feed that codependency within them. Okay? So this literally is a situation in which, in terms of releasing your ex, Ophiuchus, this is literally a situation in which you just need to let it bleed dry of energy. Do not give it any more of your time and your attention. Okay? You have got to let it run dry. This is definitely one of those situations in which when you stop, say you have some sort of addict that is coming to you for help. This actually happened to me once. I was living in a certain area, and there was a lot of drug activity in that area. And I was living there at the time because, you know, I wasn't working much. I had a pretty low paying job and couldn't afford an insane amount of rent, right? That's normal. Okay. But I ended up making or befriending someone that lived in my building. And unfortunately, I learned later on that she was a drug addict. And she was feeding off of the attention that I would give to her and the care that I would give to her and this, that, and the third. And she would play this woe is me card. And the only way for me to release myself of that energy was just to stop engaging with it. Now, that doesn't mean that I turned around and started, you know, berating her and being judgmental and being nasty and, like, you know, telling her to, like, F off and this, that, and the third. No, it wasn't that. It's just that I stopped feeding into that energy. I stopped feeding into that game of hers. And eventually she went away. Like, eventually she got the message, she caught on and was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get what I can from here, so I'm going to go somewhere else and get it from someone else. And that's exactly what I'm feeling in this situation. I'm not calling this person, I'm not calling your ex a drug addict. Whether they are or not, that is none of my business. But I am saying that there is a level of codependency in this situationship that you need to just not engage with at all, okay? Even if they are the mother or the father of your children, like, obviously I would never advocate for someone neglecting their children, you know, because one of their parents is X, Y, and Z. Like, no, you obviously still have a responsibility to your children. But when it comes to this particular person, you need to just bleed it dry of any energy, not give it any more of your time or attention, okay? Okay. Yeah, that's what I have there. So let's move forward. The next phase of this reading would be clarifying using the Love Oracle deck. I'm gonna give this 3 shuffles for you, Ophiuchus, and I want to clarify a few things. First thing I want to clarify is release your ex, and then we're gonna go to codependency, okay? Now, also, keep in mind, Ophiuchus, that you do have forgiving and learning here. And that's where I get this very calm, very cool energy of, like, you know what? It's really okay. Like, I see where this other person is coming from, where this ex energy is coming from. I see where you're coming from, this, that, and the third. Like, I get it all. And there really is no reason to hold any sort of resentment, okay, or anything like that, because it's really just about learning the lesson that was involved with that you learned from being involved in this situation and letting that go, forgiving and learning and moving forward, okay? It's really not a situation in which, like, we're going to start talking down, we're going to start beating this person up, we're going to start, you know, judging them, calling them this, that, and the other name and this, that, and the third. Like, that, we are not going to do that here on Mystic Unicorn, okay? Like, everybody has their shit. Everybody has their problems. Everybody has their issues. Everybody has something that they're dealing with, that they're trying to learn from, that they're trying to heal from. Okay? We're not going to demonize people for their shortcomings here. All right? So, let's move forward. Let's clarify release your ex. What is release your ex here, please, Spirit, for Ophiuchus? What is release your ex for Ophiuchus at this time, please, Spirit? What is release your ex? Well, shoot. Okay. At the bottom of the deck right now, Ophiuchus, you do have cassette, outdated thinking. So what this is, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. However, Ophiuchus, what I feel like cassette at the bottom of the deck is talking about here is just the old you. The old mindset. Let me put this here so you can see it. The old mindset that you were in at the time that the relationship that you now need to release commenced. Okay, that's the old you. That's not you any longer, Ophiuchus. And I do kind of feel like, because as I'm saying some of that, I feel your energy, and I feel like, number one, your disappointment in this person and how it is they're treating you, maybe even how it is they're treating the children, if there are children involved. And just getting exasperated with it, not even being angry. I mean, maybe a little bit heartbroken because of that element, okay, but not even getting angry. I just get this feeling of, oh God, here we go again. Okay, you know what? let's just not do this any longer. How about that? Like they're I don't feel resentment, I don't feel anger, I don't feel malice. I just feel like someone is just fed up. Someone is just like, okay, you know what? I've just had enough. I really don't even want to deal with this any longer. Can we just move on here? Like, I'm really not even trying to deal with this right now. Okay, I get that. And I appreciate and I respect that within you. Now, release your ex is further clarified by karmic relationship. Sorry, my hands are a bit sweaty and it shows on these cards. The snake and self-indulgence. But self-indulgence is a good thing. Notice how self-indulgence says focus on self-work, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. So, Ophiuchus, this is all confirming that you need to release this situation because it was, in fact, a karmic relationship, okay? Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you, lessons, ding, ding, ding. And that's letting go and loving you. That's where self-indulgence comes in. And then we have the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. I definitely feel like, regardless as to the actual specifics of your situation, I definitely feel like there is some sort of malice or malicious intent on behalf of the individual that you are needing to release from your life at this time. Okay, Ophiuchus? Last thing I want to clarify here is codependency. What is codependency for Ophiuchus, please, Spirit? What is codependency for Ophiuchus? Oh, shoot. See? Okay. Okay. Now, at the bottom of the deck, Ophiuchus, you do have the chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So what I'm getting here is that the person that you're involved with would do things. This probably isn't for everybody, but there is an energy here that I'm picking up on in this situation in which there is an element to someone acting in certain ways, in certain manipulative ways, using certain manipulative tactics that put them in the place to run away or avoid you and force you to chase after them. That's one of the age-old manipulative tactics when it comes to love and relationships. This person does things or acts in ways, or maybe even accuses you of things that cause them or give them some sort of right, quote unquote, to be mad, to run away, to cut you out, to cut you off. They give you the silent treatment, and somehow they find a way to, quote unquote, justify it. And I say it very specifically that way because I don't feel the only real justification behind it is that this is a codependent situation in which they get some sort of validation from causing you to have to chase after them. And they may be using the children, if there are children involved, they may be using children as a manipulative tactic to do that, okay? But in codependency here, you do have mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. The first thing I want to say about that, Ophiuchus, is that if you may not necessarily see yourself as codependent, okay? You may be on the other side of the situation, trying to resolve things, trying to heal things, trying to smooth things out, whether this be in a romantic relationship or in just friendships or other interpersonal relationships or family situations, okay? But recognize, Ophiuchus, that if you are the individual on the side that is always trying to fix things, always trying to heal things, always trying to be the mediator, always trying to smooth things over, if you're actively looking for that, then that is a codependent situation. So while the other person may be actually doing the things that are manipulative, okay, that manipulate you into being the chaser or manipulate you into chasing after smoothing the situation out or healing the situation or forcing you to admit you were wrong for something that you never did just to keep the peace, then you are just as codependent as that other person, because you're feeding into the cycle, because you also are gaining some sort of validation or some sort of peace, clarity, or whatnot from smoothing this over, or from not having this situation, or from not having someone mad at you for something that you didn't necessarily do, but you are so codependent on the fact that you don't want them to be mad at you, or you don't want them to slander your name, or you don't want the relationship to end, this, that, and the third. So you're going to allow them, literally allow them, to manipulate you into chasing after them or giving them what they want. That is also codependency. And that is why you have mirror here. Okay, Ophiuchus? Because you are being because your codependent tendencies have the ability to be mirrored back to you through this relationship. Okay, the next card that's come out here to clarify this, Ophiuchus, is soulmates. Now, this person is a soulmate. I will tell you that. And this person, the relationship with this person, is a karmic relationship. Why is it a karmic relationship? Because it's giving you the opportunity through the mirror in this relationship to see where it is you need to heal, where it is you can heal, and is effectively giving you a process through awareness to heal through that. Why is this a soulmate? This is a soulmate relationship because this is an individual that you have come into this life incarnation with an agreement to face this very type of situation with. Now, how that goes, how that turns out, how you move through those energies, what the end result of this contractual agreement between you and this other person on a soul level, okay, how that works out is up in the air, all right? I mean, everybody's got free will, and you can handle it any way you handle it when you actually get here to the physical circumstance, all right? But ultimately, this was a situation, or this is a situation in which you, on a soul level, agreed to have this interaction with this individual to face this certain situation. And it feels like right now, the element of codependency is what's in full focus for you. And with that, finally, you have the last card you have is abundance. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what it is you want, gratitude and bliss. But Ophiuchus, you would not necessarily know what it is you want if you didn't deal with the contrast, if you didn't have the mirror in front of you to show you where your own codependency lies so that you could become aware of it and now you could heal it. Do you see how this is all working out? So even though this may be a painful situation or a tough situation, the pain equals growth. Excellent, Ophiuchus. So we're going to move on to the next phase of this reading, which would be going a little bit deeper. So at this point, I split it up into side A and side B. Yes, side A often or originally is meant to symbolize the person watching the video, or the viewer, or the person asking the question, the querent. And then side B represents the other person in the situation or situationship, and or just love in general, okay? So since this is a general reading, Ophiuchus, don't worry about who is on what side. Just place yourself wherever you energetically fit, okay? Excellent. We are going to start. For this part, I want to use the sister decks, the before and after tarot, and we're going to go with the before tarot for the for side A. And the reason why I just chuckled like that, Ophiuchus, was because my hand hit the deck in a way that caused the card on top to flip over, and it is the Six of Cups. And so that's talking about the past, or what I heard was a soulmate relationship. So this is definitely, I want to call this an opportunity for immense soul growth. Okay, Ophiuchus. So let's get into that. Sorry about that. I wanted to pause for a second so that I could go write that down, because that phrase, an opportunity for immense soul growth, felt like the perfect title for this message. So I wanted to go write that down before I forgot it. All right. Let's get into the energies of the individual on side A. 3 shuffles for Ophiuchus. 1. Side A. This is 2. And this is 3. All right. So what are the energies of the individual on side A for this message for Ophiuchus? Side A. Judgment. Wow. Oh, okay. It didn't show. I thought that may have fallen in the space where it fell like right in your face, Ophiuchus, but it didn't. But that's okay. Okay. Anything else for side A, please, Spirit? They say nope. That's enough. All right. Cool. Oh, this is excellent. Okay, so overall energy at the bottom of the deck for you, Ophiuchus, is the 10 of Swords, all right? And then the very, very first card that popped out for you, Ophiuchus, is Judgment. And the first thing that I got for this person on side A here is that it is time for them to end this cycle, or it's time for you to bring this situation to a close, okay? Now, you do have the 10 of Cups energy here that has also come out. Now, these are the 2 cards that have come out face up for you, Ophiuchus. You have 2 more cards for side A that have come out face down. I'm going to approach those in just a second. I want to talk about these 2 cards first. What I'm getting with this, because the 10 of Cups in this deck, this is the before tarot here, and you see there's this rainstorm that this family is moving through. Okay, they're running through this storm back home together, right? And the theory behind this depiction of the 10 of Cups is that family is family, okay? And no matter what, family gets through things together. Okay, there is specifically a togetherness about this card, or about the way that this card is depicted. Now, the 10 of Cups in general can talk about the family or just the masses, the collective masses, or any sort of collective of people, whether that be your intimate collective of people being your immediate family, or maybe your extended family, or maybe your soul family, or maybe your regional family, that, whatever, okay? Take it as it resonates. But what I'm getting from this, Judgment and the 10 of Cups with the 10 of Swords as the overall energy, there's a very specific message here. And that says, family, real true family, individuals that you can truly call your family, okay? Or some derivative of that word or that meaning, will always, no matter what, get through things together, will not create divisive situations, will not try to alienate one another, will not try to excommunicate or exonerate or push someone out, will not cause rifts, will not intentionally cause rifts between each other or between the family members just to get what they want. And thus, that polarity, interesting, or that definition is cause for question here. Is specifically asking whomever finds themselves on side A, who I'm assuming at this point is the individual that needs to release this X, you need to ask yourself, is this really family? I mean, I understand, especially if you have children involved. I understand this may be your baby daddy or your baby mama, but are they causing drama? Are they using the children to manipulate you? Do you recognize what the damage that is going to have on the child or the children as they grow? And if you're answering all those questions and saying, yes, they're using their children to manipulate me, or no, they're not acting in ways that would constitute a real true family or togetherness of some sort, then it is quite obvious that it's time to release this individual, and you're expressly being called to do that, okay? Regardless of the circumstances. I don't care who this person is. I don't care. Because it's abusive to you, and it's abusive to the children if there are children involved, all right? 2 more cards, the last 2 cards that have fallen faced, this is exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what I was saying. You have the 7 of Swords, okay? And then you have the 3 of Wands. But the 3 of Wands is in reverse, Ophiuchus. And the 3 of Wands is your path ahead. The 3 of Wands is an energy of keeping up some sort of momentum towards something that you're working towards. And the 3 of Wands in reverse is saying there is no path ahead. There is no way forward when deception is involved. 7 of Swords. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. Okay, we're gonna move on to side B here, and I do want to move these over a little bit just to give us some more space. So for side B, the individual or the energies on side B, we are going to use the after tarot, yeah? And I'm gonna give this 3 shuffles for you. Ophiuchus for side B. This is 1. For the individual or the energies on side B, this is 2. And this is 3. You know, I actually think I want to change. I think I want to change the title. And the only reason I'm mentioning this to you guys is because I already paused and then mentioned to you that I'm going to use that one phrase as the title, but then it may actually be different once you actually see this reading, because now I'm thinking about it and I do think I want to change the title. And this might seem like clickbait, but because children seem to be a central focus here, whether you have children or you want to have children, I want that to be the focus. Because I really feel it's necessary that for anyone that's dealing with some sort of energy of children, wanting to have children, or children are being used as a ploy or as a pawn in somebody's game, that needs to be seen. Okay, so it might seem clickbaity, it might seem like I'm pulling on your heartstrings or tugging at your emotions just for views, but it's really because if that is your situation, I want you to know that this is what we're talking about in this reading. Because those children deserve every chance to be respected and helped and healed and loved and nurtured, okay? Excellent. So, for the energies of individual or energy on side B, please, Spirit, for my Ophiuchans. Side B in this relationship, situationship, the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck here. All right. As you can see, or maybe, yeah, you have the King of Swords. You also have this with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And then you have these 2 cards that have fallen face down. I'll get to those in a second. So what I'm getting for this side of the situation, for side B, is that they are on some sort of crusade. The Knight of Wands. And this is coming through as the Knight of Wands, as the overall energy, because I do feel like even though they may be fighting for something, I feel, and even though that may be fairly malicious, which logically speaking, with my understanding of the tarot, that would probably be best suited as the Knight of Swords, but it's not. It's coming through as the Knight of Wands. And what that is telling me is that this person, I'm hearing emboldened. This person truly believes that whatever it is they're fighting for is justified. And maybe even if they don't think it's justified, all of their creative resources, all of their passion is being put into this fight. And then you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And to me, that feels like the argument against this person's crusade. Because what I feel like is being said in response to this Knight of Wands, this crusade, this impassionate whatever crusade or whatever this person is moving forward with, the response that I'm getting from the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is, you are not actually, well, no, let me not say it this way. Let me say it this way. Are you actually contributing to the situation? Are you actually being loving, caring, and nurturing? Are you actually being reciprocal? Are you actually keeping up your end of the bargain, or just spewing out a bunch of lies to get your way? That's a very good question. That is a very good question to ask. And then finally, you have 2 cards that have fallen face down, and they are the World and the 6 of Cups. And so, in response to this answer, or in response to this question, I feel like this needs to be, because I'm feeling like this is the energy of person on side A. The individual that needs to bring this situation to a close, that needs to release their ex. The individual that is coming to the understanding, the very clear, okay, the very clear and objective understanding, King of Swords, that if there is deception in this situation, the Seven of Swords, then there is no way forward. The Three of Wands in reverse. Okay? Thus, in response to this question of, are you really truly keeping up your end of the bargain? Are you really being loving, nurturing, and caring? Are you really doing the things that you are claiming to be the parent that or the individual that you are trying to portray yourself as? And if the answer is no, then this needs to be a situation from the past. The Six of Cups and the World. And it needs to stay in the past because it has no place in the current reality. Period. Period. All right. I want to close this out for you, Ophiuchus. I want to get some oracle guidance for you from the Lover's Oracle. Yes? All right. Spirit, closing oracle guidance for my Ophiuchans. In terms of this energy, in terms of this reading, closing oracle guidance for Ophiuchus, please, Spirit. Closing oracle guidance for Ophiuchus in terms of this reading. This reading. This reading. Closing oracle guidance for Ophiuchus, please, Spirit. One more. Okay, we have one. I was instructed, I was guided, I was told to do one more. So let's get one more here for you, Ophiuchus. One more closing oracle guidance card for my Ophiuchans, please, Spirit. One more, please. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. And what did they do? They gave me 3 more. That's fine. So maybe they were just saying one more shuffle, one more pull. Okay, we'll do that then. So let's start here. The first card of your oracle guidance, closing oracle guidance, says, forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Do not allow this individual or the circumstances of this situation live freely in your head any longer. Okay, forgiveness is key here. Second card, you have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. All right, so that's a good one. You don't have to really force anything into appearance, into focus, into manifestation. Just let it happen. Next card. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. That's beautiful. And last card you have here. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change what is beyond our control. And you know what's beyond your control, Ophiuchus? Somebody else's actions. Which is why it's time for you to just release this, okay? All right, so there you have it. Thank you all so very much for tuning in, Ophiuchus. I really hope this was helpful for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading very, very soon. Yes? Take care. Bye.